The ghosts of war. War doesn't end for everyone at the same time. For most of the world, World War II ended on August 15, 1945. Japan surrendered. Nations rebuilt. Life returned, slowly, carefully, as if the earth itself exhaled. But in the jungles of the Pacific, in the shadows beneath the trees, some men never stopped fighting. Some were children of honor. Some were bound by obedience, and some were lost in a world that had already moved on. This is the story of those men, the ghost soldiers of Japan, and the weight of a promise that lasted decades. Long before the bombs and battles, Japan cultivated a culture of discipline and devotion. The Bushido Code, the way of the warrior, was more than guidance. It was a philosophy, a life defined by loyalty, courage, and honor. Children learned it in school, samurai taught it in dojo, and soldiers carried it into every corner of the empire. Duty was heavier than a mountain, death lighter than a feather. This philosophy would echo across generations. It would bind men to orders. It would shape decisions in forests, islands, and battles where the rest of the world had no eyes. Even before the war, Japan was a nation where obedience could outlast reason, and faith could outlast time. By the 1930s, Japan was modernizing rapidly. Its soldiers wore Western-style uniforms and carried rifles instead of swords, yet the old ideals persisted. Young men trained in harsh, unyielding camps. Drills began before dawn and often lasted until their bodies gave out. Discipline was absolute. Obedience, unquestioned. This wasn't just preparation for war. It was the shaping of minds that would later defy reason itself. Men were taught that surrender was a betrayal, that loyalty was sacred, and that the mission, no matter how impossible, must be completed. These lessons would echo far longer than anyone imagined. Then came the war. Hiroo Onoda, just 19 years old, was sent to Lubang Island in the Philippines. His orders were clear and absolute. Do not surrender, do not die. Disappear into the jungle and wait until you are recalled by your commander. And he obeyed. When Japan surrendered in 1945, Onoda did not know. Planes dropped leaflets into the jungle. The war is over, come home. He burned them. He refused to believe it. To him, the enemy was deceiving him. His mission was sacred, his orders eternal. For months, then years, he remained hidden. The jungle became his entire world. Trees were his shelter, streams were his water. Bark patched his uniform, and rice was rationed sparingly. Every farmer was a potential enemy. Every shadow could mean death. Every sound could signal betrayal. Yet, amidst fear and solitude, Onoda survived. And as the seasons passed, the world changed. The war ended. Nations rebuilt. Children grew up. But Onoda waited. He was not alone at first. Other soldiers hid with him. But slowly, one by one, they died. Some fell in ambushes. Some fell to illness. Some disappeared into the forest and never returned. By 1972, Onoda was the last man remaining. The weight of loneliness is a sharp companion. Yet he endured. He did not surrender because he could not. He had orders. and a soldier follows orders. In 1974, Norio Suzuki, a young Japanese traveler, entered the jungle. He told friends he was on a quest. "I am searching for Onoda, a panda, and the abominable snowman," in that order. Against all odds, he found Onoda, alive, armed, still convinced the war had not ended. Suzuki spoke softly, gently explaining the world outside. Yet Onoda would not believe him. Not until his former commander himself returned. Japan located Onoda's commander, now an elderly man living a quiet life as a bookseller. He was flown to Lubang Island. The moment was quiet. The jungle held its breath. Onoda, rifle in hand, faced the man who had last given him orders 29 years before. "It is time to lay down your arms." And with that, the rifle lowered. For the first time in nearly 3 decades, the war had ended for him. Onoda returned to a Japan he no longer recognized. Skyscrapers pierced the sky. Neon lights glimmered like constellations. Cars flowed through streets that had once been battlegrounds. A nation rebuilt while he had lived in shadows. A world changed while he remained in the past. It was beautiful. It was alien. It was overwhelming. What drove these men? Loyalty, faith, obedience, and perhaps a fear of forgetting the past. The jungle became their universe. Orders became their law. Duty became their life. We may never fully understand it, but we can honor it by remembering, by learning, by feeling the weight of a promise kept for decades. War does not only destroy cities. It destroys years. It destroys innocence. It destroys time. Some soldiers walk away. Some never return. Some never stop fighting. This is the story of Japan's ghost soldiers, of Hiroo Onoda, of men bound by duty, honor, and belief. A story of sacrifice. A story of the human cost of war, long after the battles have ended. War ends, but the heart does not forget.